Hi boys and girls, welcome back. I hope you guys had a great first week of school and welcome back to music class. All right, so today we're going to be going over the treble clef, the music staff. So our music staff that we use in music, it helps us read and write music. So there are 5 lines and 4 spaces on a music staff. So to help us, we're going to use our hand right here to be our demonstration. So go ahead and do the same thing that I do. Take your hand out and you're going to put it pinky down, thumb up. So we have 5 lines and 4 spaces. When we're going through the music staff, we always go from bottom to top. Can you say that with me? Say bottom to top. We always go from bottom to top. Fun, silly little phrase to help us remember it. So each line on the music staff has a letter that we associate with it. From bottom to top, we have E, line G, line B, line D, line F. To help us remember that, we have a silly little phrase. Every good boy does fine. Try that again with me, from bottom to top, ready? Every good boy does fine. Line E, line G, line B, line D, line F. So those are our lines. From bottom to top, our spaces are the areas in between our lines. We call that our space. From bottom to top, we have space F, space A, space C, and space E. Try it again with me. Space F, space A, space C, and space E. You can remember that because it spells the word face. Put your face in a space. That's how I remember it. All right, so we're gonna do our lines and our spaces from bottom to top together. Watch me one time and then try it again with me. E, G, B, D, F. These are the lines of the treble clef. Space F, A, C, E. It's as easy as can be. Silly, fun little rhyme. It just helped you remember the lines and spaces. So this time, can you try it with me? From bottom to top, ready, here you go. Line E, G, B, D, F. These are the lines of the treble clef. Space F, A, C, E. It's as easy as can be. Simple. Great. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and show you your assignment for today. All right, so here is your assignment for today. So we're gonna be playing a little bit of piano. So the first thing you're gonna see is you can either hit the space bar or you can hit the arrows and slide to the slides. Next slide. So right here is a virtual piano. So all you have to do is just click on the keys. It'll play the sounds for you. So you don't have to hit the little space bar, the actual play button. You don't have to hit that. You just have to actually click on the key and it'll make the sound for you. So you can mess around. That's the first slide for you guys. You can just mess around with it and play around with it. And then when you're ready, just go to the next slide. So review of the treble clef like we talked about. These are our 5 lines and our 4 spaces, just like we were talking about. Line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5. And the spaces are the areas in between each line. Those are our lines, and then those are our spaces. Pretty common sense. Treble clef. So when I say treble clef, this lovely thing is what I am talking about. This little swirly symbol, you see it a lot in music. Treble means up higher. So we have a bass clef, which we'll talk about later on, and our treble clef, which means higher. So a higher sounding instrument or a higher sounding voice. So that is our treble clef. Most of the time in music class with Miss Meyer, you're going to stay in the treble clef. We don't go down to the bass clef very often, except for certain instruments. So just get used to treble clef. Hey, our 5 lines, this is what I was talking about earlier. E, G, B, D, and F. For a little hint, every good boy does fine. Use it. I know it's silly. Just use it. It helps you. For your spaces, put your face in a space. Space F, space A, space C, and space E. Ledger lines. So ledger lines are lines that go either below or above the staff. Music doesn't have to stay on these 5 lines and 4 spaces. They can go below the staff and they can go above the staff. So whenever we need to go below or above the music staff, we use something called a ledger line. All it means is that we add lines below and above the music staff. All right, so here are our most common notes from C all the way up to C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If you pay attention, every, E, good, G, boy, B. And if you see, it kind of goes in the order of the alphabet. Our music alphabet only goes up to the letter G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it repeats. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Pretty easy. So once you get to G, you know you gotta repeat back to A. All right, so when you get to this page, I want you to click on this link and it's going to send you to a game. So this is gonna test your ability on how well you know your lines and spaces on the music staff. And I want you to practice this for a little bit because I want you to get used to reading lines and spaces on the music staff. So you're gonna click, you're gonna go through it. Is it on the note is on a line or is the note on a space? You're gonna look at where the circle, the note head is located. Is it on the space or is it on the line? It's in between 2 lines, so we call that the space. What's the first space on the music staff? Space F. Put your face in a space, F. So we're gonna click F and go to the next one. Look for where the note head is located, that circle. We don't care about the stem, the stick, we care about the note head, the circle. So it is on a line. So we're gonna go through our lines. Every good boy does fine, F again. Next one. Look at where the note head is located, that circle. So it is on the second line. So we're gonna go every good. So that note is a G. Once you've practiced and you start feeling a little bit more comfortable, I want you to play game mode. You're gonna click start and see how many you can get right in 30 seconds. All right, so we're gonna see what Miss Meyer's score is and then see if you can beat my score, okay? All right. All right, 15. If anyone can beat me, screenshot it. If you actually beat me, screenshot it and send it to me. Please do. I want to see if anyone can actually beat that. All right, so let's go back. Once you're done doing that activity and you've had your practicing, you can leave that screen and you can go back to the activity. So I'm gonna go back. And we're gonna go over here. So we're gonna play some songs on the virtual piano. So we're gonna start with level 1 because it's the easiest one. So level 1 is Pirates of the Caribbean. So let's listen to the song so you can kind of hear what part of the song we're gonna be playing. See if you know this song. Okay, that's the part of the song we're gonna be learning. So we're gonna go ahead over here to the next slide. Oh, my bad, went too far. Okay, so let's go through this. So our notes are up here on the music staff, just like we just talked about. And we're gonna start with a D. The notes are gonna be labeled for you, so made it easy for you. The notes are going to be labeled for you either underneath the music staff or above the music staff. Look for them, they will be there. And then they're also going to be color coded, so you can go down to that color key if you get confused. So there's going to be a star placed on the first note you're going to be playing. So we're going to start with the D on the piano. So we're going to go over and find the D on the piano, and that's our first note. So it's going to be D, E, F, G, A. If you notice, the music is getting higher on the music staff, so we should be getting higher on the piano. So we're going to go D, E, F, G, A, G, F, E, F, G, A, G. If you forget what the music's supposed to sound like, click on this little link down here. And it'll show you what the song is supposed to sound like. So that's level 1. Once you're done with level 1 and you're like, oh, I got that, you can either click this home button or you can just click the space button or arrow and go to the next page. I'm going to click home, and then I'm going to go to level 2. Level 2 is Jurassic Park. All right, so that's the part we're going to be playing. So let's go to the next slide. Same thing as earlier. So music is written up above you on the music staff, so you can kind of get a look at what the music's supposed to look like when it's written out for you. And then we are going to be starting with that ledger line we talked about earlier, which is why it got brought up, which is a C underneath the treble clef music staff. So our C is our first note, and there's a star right here, so you can see where your first note is at. So we're going to be playing C, and then you hold that out. That's a dotted half note, so you hold it out for 3 beats. C. And then we have a C, B, C. Again, we hold that one out. So it's going to go C, B, C. And then we do it again. C, B, C, D, D, F, F. D, D, F, F. If you forget what it sounds like, play this little note right here and it'll tell you. All right, once you're done playing that song and you get through it, you can go ahead and click that home button and then go back to, we're gonna go ahead and try level 3, Star Wars, Baby Yoda. All right, so if you're not familiar with Star Wars, you can listen to a little bit of it so you can get yourself familiar with it. For those of you who might not know Star Wars, I think most of y'all do. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the music. Okay, same thing. Music is written out above the piano. This time the letters are written out above the music staff, so pay attention to that. I got a little tight spaced. So your first note is gonna be on the G. So we're gonna find the G on the piano, and there's a star right there to help us out. So we're gonna go G, 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 C, G, and those are half notes. Half notes you hold out for 2 beats. Half notes. So we're gonna go C, G. We're gonna hold those out. Now, if you notice, there's multiple C's on the piano. So you're gonna have to look and see which way the music, which direction the music is going. So we're on G right now, and we're gonna go down the music staff to C. So that means if we're here on the piano, we're gonna go down the piano to C. We want to go to the lower one. If the music is going down on the music staff, we're going to go down on the piano. If the music goes up on the music staff, then we go up on the piano. Pretty similar. if you notice, that is the high C. So we have a high C and we have a low C in this song. Don't get them mixed up. So the high C is going to be up higher on the music staff, so it's going to be up higher on the piano. Same thing, if you forget the sound, play that sound down there. So we're going to go back home, and then we're going to go to level 4, which is our last song, Mission Impossible. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're just gonna click to get to the next page. And then if you notice, there's a C sharp written out right here that we're going to use in the song. So if you can find it, it's that last note we're gonna play. That C sharp is right here, it's our black note. So the black notes on the piano are always either gonna be sharp or flats. So we're going to start right here. So our first note on the piano is a D in our song, and it has a star right there to help us out. So we're going to go D, D, and that's it. Pretty easy, right? Okay, once you get to this page, you're going to click to the next page, and there's a Google form I need you to fill out. So you're going ahead and click here. And it's also going to be attached on your assignment in case you missed this. And you're going to go through and fill all the information out. So fill out your first name, your last name, your class, and then I want you to identify the name of the note. See if you can do it without any help. If you need help, you can go back to the resources and use your resources for help that I gave you. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 questions you need to answer, and then you're going to tell me which one was your favorite song to play on the piano. And then lastly, if you could learn any song on the piano, what would it be? And it might show up in a future lesson. All right, you guys, I'm going to stop sharing. And that was it. I hope you guys have fun and enjoyed the lesson this week. Have a great week. Bye.